Sony G Master FE85 1.4 review. Do you need this lens? Most common comparison is this against the Zeiss 85. First, let's give you a bit of a better look. The lens itself, there you go. I know it's hard to judge if it's really that big, if it's really is that manageable in the hand. So let me try and give you my thoughts on that. It isn't ridiculous. You can walk around with it. You need to support the lens with one hand and the body with the other, so it's not a one-handed job, but yeah, it's to the point where you can walk around with it. You wouldn't want it as your only travel lens though. It's too tight a focal length anyway, but if you were just running around with this in your backpack, especially in heat, you would certainly start to notice it after a while. If travel is really your main game, the Zeiss is the better option. Now, if on the other hand you're based in a studio, you're not traveling around, then this is the better option. The build is a seriously nice piece of kit. There's no getting away from that. It is fantastic. The focus, of course I'm running the latest firmware, and the focus isn't bad, but it's not good. It does hunt around. It is audible. Again, not crazy, but when you're used to silence, you are going to notice it, and it might be something you can live with. But if silence is what you're after, get the Zeiss. How about the image quality? Well, one of the best known lenses really for image quality on this camera system is the Zeiss 55, and it's well up there with that. I've taken lots of comparisons between the two, and the quality is well up there. Bokeh wise is, of course, it's better. It's like a watery colour kind of effect that goes on, and if portraits is your game, hey, that could well be exactly what you want. But if street photography is your game, again, I'm thinking the Zeiss. So where am I going with all this? Well, if you are a paid portrait photographer, yeah, just go and buy it now. Job done. You need it. You need it in your tool bag. If you're an enthusiast that has to save all the money and can only buy very particular lenses, honestly, I'm thinking the Zeiss. If you need an 85 and you're not a paid portrait photographer, unless you've really got an ultimate need for this tool, it is a little bit overkill with regards to the weight. Yeah, okay, it's 1.4, but it does get tired after a while. You know, of course, the first time you get it, you're just shooting everything at 1.4, but guys, it's unless you've got a portrait and a model and you can nail that focus, yeah, the eye focus helps, but it's not nailing it all the time. You know, you're going to get runaways, and if you're trying to photograph little toddlers running around, it's tricky trying to shoot wide open. So again, it really does boil down to if you're just buying this lens for the job, it is really a master, G master if you will, of in studio portraiture. It's not so great for running around and trying to snap everything off wide open, and generally fooling around and being a sort of a jack of all trades. If that's your game, certainly go for the Zeiss. It's a tough one because it really is. I mean, the bokeh's better than the Zeiss. It really is, but unless you've got clients that are really pixel peeping, are they going to notice a bit of cat eye against the full lot? Probably not. If you can get it on deal, again, maybe, but it's not really worth the extra money, the extra weight, the extra 1.4 over the 1.8. It all looks great on paper, and you get a kick and everything when you're ordering, 1.4, but once you see that money come out your bank account, do get a little bit of remorse there, guys, I'm afraid to say. So my recommendation is, unless this lens is bringing you in money, get the Zeiss, guys. Get the Zeiss. As usual, it's been emotional.